My name is Jack Kealy, and I'm in 8th grade. I'm 14 years old, and I play football, where I'm usually the only person of my race, or only white person, someone would say.
Okay, well, Jack, how did you become interested in football?
I've always really just had a love of football because I have something called a sensory seeker, which is I like sensory overload, and that's one of the things that really influenced me for football.
Oh, and so what do you like most about it? Is it the tackling, or?
It's really just the hitting into others because, like I said, sensory seeker, which is love sensory overload. So anytime I get to hit someone like really hard, I like it because it's a good feeling for me.
Okay, well, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 8 years. This will be my 8th year, I think, or it was, since I ended my season. So I've been playing since I was 6. I've played for 4
And what team are you playing on now?
I'm playing on the Maynard Jackson High School team.
Are you a student at Maynard Jackson High School?
I am not yet a student at Maynard Jackson. I am in middle school, and I've been playing up this year.
All right, so what position do you play?
I play defensive end.
Now, tell me about the racial composition of your team.
The racial composition of my team is mostly African Americans because it's Georgia and we're technically inner city, so that means there aren't a lot of white people playing. There aren't a lot of white people playing.
Now, have you usually been one of the only or the only white player on your team?
Yes, and the only time I wasn't was about last year.
And do you all ever talk about race at all, or?
Not really. We just sort of joke around, and that's very rare, if that.
Well, do you have any nicknames from your teammates? Okay. So how has it made you feel, any way at all about being the minority on your teams over these last 8 years?
It's kind of made me feel that I should have more respect to others since I'm a white person and others are black, and that means they have higher of a chance of getting arrested or even shot. So I have to have more respect in some way. And that has really changed my belief about most things.
Is your school, the school that you attend, is that mostly black too, or?
It's mostly white, but there are a few black people. It's like a 60-40 split.
Okay. And do you have any advice for other kids who are going into a situation where they're going to be the minority, whether they're white or black or what?
Just try to be yourself. Don't overdo anything. That could give someone the wrong idea, like you're trying to please them or you are a racist in some way. You are a racist in some way.
And have there been any challenges you had to overcome that stem from being the only white player on your team?
Not really. It's just there's very little ones, like how can I be the best? How can I stand out besides just being white?
Right. And your coaches, have they ever, said anything to you about it, or?
Not that I can really recall.
And have there been any benefits, do you think, of sort of being the only white person on your team? Like any benefits to you in the sort of things that you've learned and the way that you are now in the world?
It's taught me that I need to stand up for other people that are not like me.
And have you ever had to do that, like in your outside of football life?
Not really, since most of my friend group is white, but I do have some black friends, and they don't really have a problem most of the time.
That's great. And
I live in Grant Park. You might know the zoo. It's just back there, actually.
Well, what about city and state?
Oh, I live in Atlanta.
Do you hope to play for the NFL one day? Do you want to do this professionally, or?
If I get the chance, I'll most likely take it, because that's just an awesome experience to have.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We've loved talking with you.
Thank you.